You're watching Utah's #1 news station. This is 2 News at 4.
Welcome back. We know a lot of you sent your kids back to school today, but we're still talking back to school shopping because a lot of it happens in waves.
Yes, it's sort of a process,
Yes.
right? And if you're on a budget, like most of us, it's a good thing to have a game plan before you actually head out to the store and spend all your money. Tech guru Mike Peterson is here with some tips on how to save on these really expensive supplies. They all cost just a little bit of money, but when you put them all together,
it adds up
it's a
really
huge
fast.
tab. Yeah.
And it's kind of scary. So the first thing that we want to do is shop at home. Most of us have the basic school supplies already in our closets. In fact, I went through mine and found a number of items, some tape, some paper clips, even some whiteout, and then a full gamut of colorful pencils and pens.
There you go.
You know, so shop your home first. Find out what you've got, and chances are you've got the basics. The next thing that I recommend is set a budget. Okay, and this goes for all kinds of back-to-school shopping, especially clothes and that. Set a budget, go through your finances, make sure that you've set a budget that you can afford, and then take that number with you. We know when we shop without a budget or a list, we spend a lot more than we anticipated.
That's a really good point.
It's true because the kids are like, I want this and this and this, and you're like, wait, what went wrong here? So
Right, exactly. So if you've got numbers that they can go by, it'll make it a lot easier to hit that budget.
I wish I would have talked to you a couple weeks ago.
So true. And you say to compare prices on a lot of things too, because you can't just go to one store and get absolutely everything.
Right. And in fact, you'll find if you compare prices online and that, you will find a huge disparity for the same item. And so you want to make sure that your shopping price, and I would recommend do that online first, and then make sure you're shopping the sales and coupons if you have them.
So it's cheaper online oftentimes is what you're saying.
Well, it may be cheaper online, but what makes it easier online is checking the prices at the different retail outlets as well.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also, sometimes you see things that are really cheap and you say, I'm just going to buy this because it's really cheap.
Right.
Is that a good plan?
Not always.
Yeah.
Okay, and it depends on what you're buying. Things like the basics. In fact, I got these today on what I call the dollar menu. Okay, which is at the bottom of the retail shelves. And that notepad, ruler, and that. Higher ticket items. Okay, like backpacks and that. Shop also quality, not just price. And the reason why is there's a lot of backpacks out there that are really cheap and made really cheap. If your child is active, it may not last through the year. If you spend a little bit more money and get a better quality item, it'll probably last 2 or 3 years and save you money over the long run.
That's true. That is very true.
It really is true because my kids, no matter what, they drag them on the ground or whatever, and if you get a little tougher fabric, they can handle the dragging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. I know we think school supplies wouldn't eat too much into the budget, but they do.
Well, they do. And back to school is the supplies and the clothes and everything. It adds up. It's really expensive.
All right. Hey,
Yes.
Mike, thanks so much
Thank you.
for your tips.